Hi everybody. So I want to do a series on some topics that I think are very, very closely linked and related to emotional abuse, narcissistic abuse. I'm going to be using the term emotional abuse more now because I'm thoroughly convinced that describing it as narcissistic abuse is not as encompassing as it should be. I think narcissistic abuse is one of several forms of emotional abuse, and I'm starting to see a very, very close link between the different types of abuse and what gets commonly chalked up as narcissistic abuse because of the wealth of material on it. I want to talk about so-called dark psychology because I have a personal bone to pick about dark psychology, and a lot of that touches in my personal history, and I'll go into that in the series. But there is a dog whistle term out there called dark psychology. Dark meaning unethical. So we all know that we're impressionable to a certain degree. Hypnosis is a thing. We all know that magicians are a thing. It's an illusion, it's an act, but it's very believable. We're very impressionable. Despite being adults and despite being intelligent, we fall for some really dumb shit. And psychology is one thing, and psychology of relationships is another. Human mating ritual is yet another. But then there's dark psychology, and that's the one that I really take issue with. Even though it's presented in a neutral fashion, and I certainly don't want to trash the presentation of dark psychology because that's literally what I'm about to do. However, the issue that I take with is the fact that these psychology tactics are highly unethical. They lead to a pattern of abuse, and that's entirely why it's called dark psychology. Otherwise, it would just be known as dating and relationship advice, right? It wouldn't need the moniker dark psychology. So we can call it what it is, abuse psychology, you know, psychology of opportunity, manipulation, and there's a number of different psychological tactics. And so I want to sort of dive into these a little further. So as you watch this, you can decide for yourself if what you have on your hands is actually a narcissist or a douchebag. You either have a narcissist or you have a douchebag on your hands. The difference being the narcissist actually has a real personality disorder. The douchebag just studied some dark psychology because they hate men or women, or because they, have historically been bad at dating, or maybe they just want, just the feeling of being validated by being wanted by lots of women or lots of men. And if you're a man or woman or both, right? So enjoy. We'll see you on the next video.